Hello Year 1s and welcome to Lesson 35. You're joining Simone and let's get started by looking at the homework from the previous lesson. So in our last lesson, we learnt that the digraph AW makes the same OR sound as OR. Let's have a quick look over here at our homework. I asked you to read each of these words, B, or N, write them down and then dot, dash, dive them. So you should have brawn, or, sh, all, k, or, th, or, and so on. Can you notice when I say these words, you have a listen to the AW sound. Say them with me. Brawn, brawn, draw, draw, claw, claw, thaw, thaw. They're all easy to hear OR sounds, aren't they? Have a look in this word, shawl. So it's not shawl because our mouth can't make that shape. So it's all right when we say shawl to make the OR sound fit the L sound at the end of the word. Same thing happens if we look at this word. Sprawl. So you might sprawl out after sports day when you're exhausted. Okay, fantastic work. Then I asked you to have a look at the sentence. The sentence was, I like to mow the lawn at dawn. And I asked you to draw a picture. So here's me, yawn, I'm saying, but that grass is too long. And I'm mowing the lawn in my blue top. And look how long that grass is. I don't like to mow the lawn at dawn. I think the neighbours would get annoyed at the noise. Okay, good work. Let's get rid of this and let's get on with some phonemic awareness. So standing up, switch your listening ears on. I'm going to play one of my favourite games today. So we're going to do the nonsense word game. I'm going to talk today about things that you might find in the garden. I'll say the nonsense word and then you tell me what the word is. So, in the garden, I might find a Lowe's. Not Lowe's, hose. Or you might even think rose, but we generally say roses because there's very rarely just one. The next word is pre. Nice shady pre. Not pre, tree. Good job. How about glower? Look at these beautiful glowers. Not glower, flower. The next word is cush. I'm going to trim the cush. Not cush, bush. Good job. Next word is Finch. Have a seat on the Finch in the shade of the pre. Only joking. Shade of the tree. Not Finch. Bench. I forgot my own nonsense word. Turn on the wap. Not wap. Tap. And our last one, look at this beautiful thrub. Not thrub. Shrub. Shrub's a bit of a rarer word, isn't it? That might not be one that you've heard before. Let's have a quick look at a few of the definitions we've been learning lately. So the first word, part of speech, is noun. So a noun is a thing, person, object, or concept. Can you say that with me? A noun is a thing, person, object, or concept. Good job. What's a verb? A verb is the action part of a sentence. It tells us something is happening or the state of something. We learnt about morphemes. A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in a word. And finally, a base word. A base word is a word with no prefix and no suffix. Let's review some of our digraph cards. EA, eat, E. Double O, book, U. AR, car, R. ER, fern, IR, bird, UR, surf, OR, fork, or. AW, pour, or. OW, blow, O. I, consonant E, bike, I. A, consonant E, cake, A. And our morphemes. So these are suffixes. They go at the end of the word to change the meaning. If we add an S to a word, it tells us it's plural, more than one. And if a word ends in ch or sh or s or x, we add es, like benches. Good job. Let's have a look at our irregular words. We're getting better at these, aren't we? Are we ready? Little, put, friend, about, who, were, one, here, Saturday, Saturday, live, could also be live, but we're looking at it as a short year. I live in Australia. Have, remember the E stops the V falling over. Give, the E stops the V falling over. And finally, this is the one we don't need anymore because we know that AW says or in saw, so that's the one we're getting rid of. It's better than where it landed last time, we couldn't find it. Let's start off reading some of those review words. So today we're going to be reviewing AW, OR, UR and ER. Let's have a look at our first word. Awful, ought, fought, hurt, or, raw, awful, fought, hurt, raw. Awful, fought, hurt, raw. Orton, horn, turn, not tricky, or, saw. Or, floor. Horn, turn, saw, floor. Horn, turn, saw, floor. Her, term, sat, day, Saturday, but we're more likely to just say Saturday. Turf. Her, term, Saturday, turf. Her, term, Saturday, turf. When I write Saturday, I use my spelling voice and I say Sat-day in my head, and that helps me remember that sound. Okay, good job. The only word up here that I think is really tricky is this one. So this is a homophone. So I'm standing on the floor, but that's spelt differently. This floor means like a bit of a mistake. You can see there's a bit of a flaw on my sheet up here because I tried to use the blue texter and it didn't work. And so we started again with the black one. So it's like a little mistake, or if there's something just a little bit wrong with the pattern, you could say there's a flaw in the pattern. Let's do some spelling. So it's time for you to get something to write with that works better than my blue texter and something to write on. I'm going to make a pause face while you go and get it. Are you ready to pause? Good job. Okay, time for our spelling. At the top of your page, I would like you to write these sounds. So we're reviewing AW from yesterday. AW says or. We're reviewing OR says or. We're reviewing ER says and we're reviewing UR says or, How are we going to know? Well, let's have a listen. So our first word is tawny. Can you say tawny with me? Tawny, tawny, or, e. We're going to use this or in tawny. Or, e. E at the end of a word, 2 syllables. We know we write that with a Y, don't we? You have a go at writing tawny. You can pause to give yourself some time, or you can watch me and write it with me. Make sure you say it as you write it. Or, e. Tawny. The tawny owl sat in the tree. Sort of like, I guess, a colour or a texture of the owl. More the colour, tawny owl. Our next word is turn. Turn to your page. No, turn to me. Let's say turn together. Turn, turn. Let's sound it out. Which is turn? This one. Turn. Turn. We need to remember that this is the that we use in turn. But do you know what? If you read it and write it 4 or 5 times, it'll probably sort of start to print in your brain, and that will help you remember. Turn. If your turn looks like mine, give yourselves a tick. If it doesn't, just cross it out and do it again. Our next word is torn. The page was torn off from the book. Torn. Say it with me. Torn, torn, or Which or? Well, we've already done that one, so I'm figuring it's going to be that one. You have a go at home. Say it as you write it. Or torn. Good job. And our last word is her. This is her cup. Her. Her. Go. How'd you go? Give yourselves a tick. Fantastic work. Let's have a look at a new sound for today. Today we are learning another way of spelling the or sound, A-U. A-U in sauce says or. Tomato sauce, that's a strange bottle. We would never have our bottle of sauce on the table spilling like that, would we? But anyway, say it with me. A-U, sauce, or. One more. A-U, sauce, or. Stand up. Let's do some skywriting. 2 fingers. You ready? A-U says or. A-U says or. A-U says or. Good job. Let's pop that here to help us remember. And let's, while we're standing, get my hair out of the way, let's do some blending. I'm going to give you some AU words. We're going to do some Kung Fu Panda. Are we ready? First word is haul. Haul. Or ul. Haul. Good job. Next word is fraud. Fraud. Or d. Fraud. Good job. Next word is laundry. It's a long one. Laundry. Or e. Laundry. And our last word is launch. Launch. Or launch. Good job. Okay, let's have a look at some words that have AU with the or sound in them. I'll put it just here. Oh. Okay, our first word, all. It's a bit like the other word I spoke about. When the word ends in the all sound, it moves our mouth around a bit. So say with me, haul, haul. This haul isn't like a haul where you go for a party. This is haul like, haul the sack of Christmas presents because I'm Mrs. Claus, something like that. So you'd haul a big sack or a big suitcase. Or, haul. Or, taunt. Or, haunt. Haul, taunt, haunt. Oh, one more faster. Haul, taunt, haunt. G, or, gaunt. Or, launch. Or, flaunt. Gaunt, launch, flaunt. Gaunt, launch, flaunt. Good job. Or, fraud. Or, paunch. August. Or, August. Fraud, paunch, August. Now, this isn't a really common spelling, especially in year 1, which means a lot of these words are quite tricky. Let's have a look at a couple. Do you know what taunt means? Na 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 na, my nose is bigger than your nose. Is that a good tease? It's not really, is it? Taunting is another word for teasing. It's pretty horrible. So we try and avoid that. Haunt, oh, is when something's a bit scary. Gaunt, when you haven't eaten for a long time and you might be very skinny, you'd say gaunt. We all know, rocket launch. Flaunt, if you've got it, flaunt it, baby. Flaunting means showing off. I'm going to flaunt my amazing picture. Isn't it great? So that's sort of flaunting something. Fraud, if you're not really who you say you are. Paunch, bit of a belly. And August is a month. Let's have a really quick look. So can you find a word that, oh, okay, so a cat might do this to a mouse. If it wants to catch it before it eats it, it's going to tease it and play with it and be a bit mean to it. Let's have a look in the top row. Can you read a word up here that we could call what the cat's doing to the mouse? Did you read the word taunt? Yeah, cat might taunt a mouse. How about, oh, what's the month before September? There's only one month up here. Have a look. Did you read the word August? Fantastic, good job. I'm going to take this down. Grab your pen and pencil. I'll leave the card and we're going to write some AU or words. See if I can get my blue texter to work. At the top of your page, write AU. Or, okay, our first word is haul. Can you haul this sack to the recycling bin, please? Haul. Say it with me. Haul, haul, or, it's hard to say. Or, write it down. Or, haul. Does yours look like mine? Next word is launch. We watched the rocket launch into space. Launch. Say it with me. Launch, launch. Or, ch. Or, ch. 2 digraphs. Let's go. Or, ch. Launch. Give yourselves a tick if you got it right. One more word. Na 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 na. I'm going to taunt you. No, I'm not, because it's a horrible thing to do. Taunt. Say it with me. Taunt, taunt. T. Or, t. If someone is teasing you, you could say, stop taunting me. And they won't even know what you're talking about and they'll be so embarrassed they'll run away. You ready? Taunt. T. Or, t. Let's go. T. Or, t. Taunt. How did you go? Great job. Don't lose that bit of paper so you can read it a bit later on. Right now though, we're going to have a look at a new irregular word. This irregular word is oh, as in, oh no, oh yes, oh stop, oh come on. So we can use it in loads of different ways. It often adds a little bit more emotion to a sentence. So if I said no, but if I said, oh no, that's terrible, look, oh, you know that it's something a little bit more dramatic. So when we write the word oh, it's a little bit strange. That's why we call it an irregular word. We would normally think that that is O, and it would be. But we, in this tricky word, we add the H sound, which normally would mean we're writing oh. Now, I haven't got my red texter today, but I will have it next time. The part we need to learn by heart, it's getting a little black heart today, that's all right, is O-H-O. O-H-O. Can you say that with me? O-H-O. Grab your pencil and paper. Let's write O-H-O 3 times. You ready? I want to hear you saying oh, like a dramatic way. We ready? O-H-O. O-H. Oh no. Say it 3 different ways. O-H. Oh yay. Good job. O-O-O. Excellent. That's not a difficult one, is it? And I think when we look at our fluency passage, we'll get to practice it. Let's pop it up right now. Oops, I'm covering up the words a little bit. Okay. Oh my! Oh my goodness! Oh my! Oh, here's a boy's name or a man's name. Or, ooh, Paul. Not a tricky word anymore. Or something. Oh my! Paul saw something. Or launch into the sky on a cold August night. Oh my! Paul saw something launch into the sky on a cold August night. It was a daunting sight. Okay, let's read it again slowly, but with a little bit of expression. Oh my! Paul saw something launch into the sky on a cold August night. It was a daunting sight. One more time, bit faster, bit more fluent. Oh my! Paul saw something launch into the sky on a cold August night. It was a daunting sight. We get 2 exclamation marks and a full stop to take a breath. Let's do it one more time. Listen for those breaths. Oh my! Paul saw something launch into the sky on a cold August night. It was a daunting sight. Good job. If that's too fast, that's okay. You can rewind it or play it in slow motion. We're going to do some dictation now. I'll take this page away. Listen to the sentence. Launch the ship so we can haul in the fish. Launch the ship so we can haul in the fish. Let's go. What are we going to do? We're going to launch the ship. How do we start a sentence? Capital letter, thank you. Launch. Launch the ship. Launch the ship. Why? So we can haul in the fish. So we can haul. What can we haul? We can haul in the fish. Good job. Let's read that together. Launch the ship so we can haul in the fish. You can read that sentence over slowly. Give yourself a tick for every word you got right. Fantastic job. So today, where did I put my card? Right here. Today we learnt that AU says or in source. Let's do a little bit of skywriting. You ready? AU says or. AU says or. AU says or. Good job. Let's have a look at our homework. These are some of the words we had earlier on our words to read chart. I'd like you to read each word, lock it in your head. Haul, 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 haul. Write it down. Or, and dot dash dive it. Haul. August. I forgot to say, because it's the name of a month, we must use a capital letter for August. 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 You can do that for all of the words. When you've finished, you can write our sentence and draw a picture. You ready? This is the sentence that we read before. Paul saw something launch into the sky on a cold August night. Great work today. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bring your homework to the next lesson, and I'll see you later, alligator.